Now we're just over 2 hours away from the start of trading in Mumbai, where India's budget has left a sour taste in the mouths of many investors. Indian stocks have slumped in the U.S. overnight on concern about the government's finances. Let's talk to Bloomberg's Zeb Eckhart for more on the Indian budget. And Zeb, investors are not exactly convinced that this budget can actually help fix India's economy.
Susan, there's a lot of convincing left to do today, and you can bet the government there in India is going to be doing that. Let's take a look at Nifty futures, though, right now and see how stocks are looking ahead of the open there in India. Futures right now trading up about 0.17%. Now, earlier, they were down about 0.4%, these futures in Singapore trading. Well, India's finance minister today meeting industry groups in New Delhi to give more color on this budget. And it all comes after yesterday's sharp declines, with the Sensex index tumbling the most in 6 months. Now, banks were the biggest drag on overall stocks there. And this, of course, after the finance minister unveiled the biggest budget deficit in 16 years. The big question now is how the budget may affect India's credit ratings.
In the current global environment, most governments, most central banks have to increase fiscal deficit to provide stimulus to the economy. So I see it very unlikely that the current budget will lead to a rating cut by the rating agencies.
Well, let's look ahead now to today's markets and check on Indian banking stocks. We'll run through India's biggest, and beginning with State Bank, its shares slumping more than 8.5% in yesterday's trading. ICICI Bank, the nation's second largest by assets, that may continue declines today. You see there down about 10% yesterday. And let's round it out with Housing Development Finance Corp. That's India's biggest home lender. Its shares may continue to drop on disappointment that the government budget didn't include special tax breaks for interest repayments. Obviously, that would have helped the bank there. And Susan, trading beginning in just about 2 hours, so we'll be watching. We'll see if investors respond perhaps a bit more positively today.
A lot of hopes being bursted. Lots of hype over this budget. Disappointed, unfortunately. So we'll see how Mumbai opens up later on. Thank you for that, Zeb Eckhart, on the Indian budget.